Every emotion you feel is a signal to the quantum field. You are not some small, lost creature wandering in a vast and indifferent universe. You are the universe, awakening in human form. With every breath you take, every heartbeat, every passing thought, you are sending out a symphony of vibrations. In the quantum field, the place where all possibilities exist at once, is listening, not to your words, not to empty prayers, but to your emotions, to the frequency your heart is broadcasting to the world. Each time you feel fear, the universe doesn't see fear. It receives a signal. I choose a reality where I am small, threatened. Each time you feel gratitude, the quantum field doesn't see a positive emotion. It responds as if you're already living in abundance and magnifies it. It's not the world that creates your emotions. It's your emotions that are shaping your world. This isn't something to believe in blindly. It's a law, as real as gravity, as true as light. Neville Goddard called it the law of assumption. That emotion is the secret, that when you live as if what you desire has already happened, your vibration bends reality to match that state. Dr. Joe Dispenza proved it with science. When you shift your emotions, you shift your energy. You alter the electromagnetic field around your body. Your brain, your heart, your entire biology begin to function as a different version of you. You don't have to chase what you want. You simply need to become the person who lives at the frequency where what you want comes to find you. Emotion is a magnetic field, a carrier wave, a code sent into the consciousness of the cosmos. So ask yourself, what are you broadcasting right now? Be honest. Are you living in the belief that everything is working against you? That you must control, hold on, and fear it will all fall apart? Or are you breathing deeply, allowing yourself to expand and receive? Because that state of presence, is the gateway to shifting your vibration. Eckhart Tolle once said, "The present moment is all you ever have." He didn't say it as a philosophy, he meant it as a practice. You don't have to change your whole life. You just need to be present and shift your energy now. Because every moment of presence severs the thread of the old emotion and tunes you to a new frequency. And here's the miracle, as Abraham Hicks so often reminded us. You don't have to do it perfectly. You don't need to fake positivity. You just need to shift from despair to hope, from fear to trust, from doubt to curiosity. And at that point, you've already entered a new timeline. Dr. David R. Hawkins mapped it out. Every emotion has a frequency. Shame vibrates at 20, anger at 150, gratitude 540, unconditional love 600, enlightenment 700 and beyond. The universe doesn't respond to your actions. It responds to the vibration within you. You can work tirelessly, but if your vibration is rooted in lack, that effort will only multiply your sense of lack. Or you can take fewer steps from a state of deep trust, and the world will make a way for you. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." But we've thought too much, analyzed too much, tried too hard. You cannot think your way into a higher vibration. You have to feel it. Because only when you truly feel worthy, feel loved, feel safe, does your nervous system, your genes, your energy field begin to shift with you. Bruce Lipton proved, your environment doesn't control your genes. Your mind does. Your consciousness, or unconsciousness, is rewriting your biology every single day. You are not defined by your past, your circumstances, or your DNA. You are shaped by the signals you are sending continuously through your emotions. You are a wave, not a particle. You are flow, not form. When you understand this, you no longer need to control life. You begin to tune your inner frequency and let the world mirror you back as one great quantum reflection. And that mirror doesn't lie. What you broadcast, it reflects. How you feel about yourself, life will agree through people, events, and moments. You love yourself. You attract those who can love you back. You believe in your own power. Doors will open you didn't know existed. You're grateful for the small. You'll be given the extraordinary. That's not magic. That's physics. Greg Braden calls it the science of emotion. That the human heart, when vibrating at a certain emotional state, can change DNA, influence matter, and shape reality itself. Prayer is not a word. Prayer is a state of being. And the quantum field, where all possibilities coexist, is waiting for you to choose. Not with words, but with emotion, with vibration, with the energy you become each day. Because you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. And who you are isn't found in the story you tell about yourself. It's revealed in the frequency you emit again and again. You can say, I want to live free, abundant, fulfilled. But if deep down you're vibrating fear, doubt, and distrust in yourself, the universe doesn't hear your desire, it hears your vibration. Dolores Cannon once said, you didn't come here to suffer, you came here to remember who you are. And to remember, you don't need to search outside. You don't need permission. You don't need the world to change. You just need to feel. You just need to return to your original state, where you were light, you were love, you were pure awareness. Everything you call reality is simply a reflection of signals you've already sent. You cannot change the mirror by touching the glass. You have to change the source behind it. Your thinking, your frequency, your emotional state. That's where it all begins and ends. Ram Dass said, be here now. Not because now is easy, but because now is the only point where your true power lives. The past is just an image you replay in your mind. The future is a possibility you are vibrating toward. But the present is the only tool that can reshape it all. Osho said, you cannot change anything unless you recognize it as part of you. And that is true of emotion. You cannot heal a wound you refuse to feel. You cannot raise your vibration unless you're willing to face the lower ones first, not to drown in them, but to recognize, to witness, to release. You are the gatekeeper, the tuner of the frequency. No one else can do that for you. No miracle on the outside can happen until you send the right signal from within. When you act from high-frequency emotions, gratitude, love, inspiration, you're no longer acting to get something. You're acting to become. And from that state, there is no pressure, no attachment to outcome, no need for approval. You give because you're overflowing. You move because you're in flow. Sadhguru said, freedom is not something you attain. Freedom is how you show up. In the same way, vibration is not something you pretend. It is a state you embody when you stop resisting reality and begin to live as if you already are the expression of what you desire. The universe doesn't speak in human language. It doesn't care what you say. It only listens to where you vibrate. Like a radio station, you cannot tune to 93.5 and expect to hear what's playing at 101.9. You must adjust yourself. The question is no longer, how do I get that? But rather, how do I become the signal that draws it in effortlessly? Not through force, not through manipulation, but through a state of gratitude, of trust, of presence. Because emotion is not just reaction, it is creation. Every time you feel anger, you knock on the door of a different reality. Every time you choose forgiveness, you step into a higher timeline. Every time you hold unwavering faith, even when nothing has changed on the outside, you carve a new doorway in the quantum field. Neville Goddard said, feeling is the secret. And that secret isn't found in words or thoughts. It's in living as if what you desire is already true. You don't need to know when. You don't need to know how. You just need to hold the internal state, and the universe will handle the rest. You are not defined by your body, your identity, or your history. You are consciousness, painting its own experience. Every emotion is a brushstroke, every vibration, a color, and the whole of reality, your living canvas. You can keep painting with fear, limitation, and doubt. Or you can begin painting with light, with trust, with gratitude, with unconditional love. The choice is yours. It always has been. So pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, what frequency am I sending into the quantum field right now? If the answer doesn't feel aligned, don't be afraid. Just shift, gently. One new thought, one deeper breath, one moment of presence, one small action from a loving place, because every massive wave begins with a single subtle movement. And you are not a victim of reality. You are the frequency architect, the emotional programmer, the wave rider of your own energy field. No one else needs to change for your life to change. Only you, only the emotion you choose to carry, only the vibration you choose to send in this moment. Because every emotion you feel is a signal to the quantum field, and the universe is always listening. The universe does not delay. It does not hesitate. It does not distinguish between what you want and what you believe to be true. It simply responds, like a giant quantum mirror, neutral, precise, flawless in its reflection. You emit anxiety, it returns more to feed your anxiety. You emit trust, it responds with situations that demand even deeper trust. You emit gratitude, and it responds with miracles. This is not mysticism. This is how reality works, from the inside out. Have you ever wondered why two people in the exact same situation can feel completely different? One radiant and alive, the other lost in darkness? It's not the situation, it's their inner world. They're speaking to the universe on two completely different frequencies and receiving two completely different realities in return. It all begins with something seemingly small, emotion. The emotion you choose to hold is the strongest affirmation you can ever send. Not, I want to change, but I have changed. Not, I will be happy, but I am happiness. Not, I hope to attract something good, but I am already vibrating with the good I seek. You don't need to convince anyone. You don't need external proof. You simply need to become the living frequency of what you desire. And from that space, your presence begins to shift everything around you, without a word. Bruce Lipton once said, "A single cell is programmed by its energetic environment, and so are you. And you are the designer of your own vibrational environment. You didn't come into this world to be a copy of someone else. You came here to live as a one-of-a-kind expression of pure consciousness, not to chase energy, but to become a transmitter. Not to convince the universe to grant you something, but to resonate with the frequency where it already exists. Every version of you is already alive in the quantum field. The limited you, the free you, the anxious you, the inspired, infinite, unstoppable you. And the only question is, which version are you tuning into? No one else can choose your emotion for you. No one else can adjust your frequency. No one else can walk into the timeline where you become limitless. So stop waiting. Stop asking how or when or by what means. The answer has always been now. Breathe, feel, return, and choose. Choose gratitude, even if nothing outside has changed. Choose trust, even when reality hasn't caught up yet. Choose love, even if it hasn't been returned. Because acting from those emotions isn't just noble. It's how you open a new quantum doorway. And when you live from a higher frequency, you no longer need to chase anything. You become the living magnet. You don't need to prove anything. You show up as a coherent stream of energy. You're no longer searching for the path. You are the path. You're no longer waiting for the miracle. You are the miracle. Because every vibration you emit is coding reality, moment by moment. Now, look deeper within yourself, not to judge, but to feel. Ask your heart, what frequency am I broadcasting? And if the answer brings tears, don't run. Because the moment you get honest with what you feel is the moment you take back your power to transform it. You are not defined by your current frequency. You just need to choose again, once, then once more. And as you stay unwavering in that choice, the entire universe will bend to meet you there. Remember this, no one out there decides what you receive. There is no fixed destiny holding you back. There is only frequency. There is only the emotion you send. as an invisible declaration. There is only you, rewriting your destiny through each vibration you emit. So choose your emotions as if your life depends on it, because it does. Every emotion you feel is a signal sent into the quantum field. And the quantum field always replies with a perfectly matching truth. The question is never, is life listening to me? The real question is, am I broadcasting the truth I want to receive?